There was a lot of uncertainties and there was a lot of instability, but then also there was a lot of hope that things will change. Everyone was waiting to understand what will happen after the storm. Zohar gives a lot of hope to everyone in Egypt. There is a long history of ENI and Egypt that helped a lot in not making any kind of hasty decisions, because it was a history that is shared. You don't just overlook it like that.
It's a company know-how and technology. These are really the winning factors for being so successful in frontier exploration as we have been over the last 10 years now. It was a great mixture of local Egyptian geoscientists, both experienced and young, so very energetic and lots of knowledge about the area, and few expats with excellent technical skills for the first time ever in Egypt, so they were not really knowledgeable about the area, but that probably was the winning ingredient to this story, because they had no preconceived ideas. They're not afraid to put on the table something which is out of the box, new, never seen before. My contribution, if I want to say, was probably to put them at ease with the whole process. I didn't make them scared that, oh my God, it's a new idea, we are going to stop it because it's new and nobody believes. I believe it first with them. That was not a difficult decision to take. The difficult decision to take was actually to go ahead and bid for this block, because Egypt was not in a good investment environment at that time. But we overcame this negative thinking and negative factors contingent to the situation of Egypt at that time, and we decided to go ahead because the job was worth it. So high risk, high reward.
I followed this project since the very beginning. We realized that we had in our hands something peculiar, something very interesting, and the model immediately was built in our minds. So at that point, even though we were in deep water and very far from shore and in a place that is unique in Egypt, we applied for the block and eventually we won. One key point was the decision to buy some unique lines offered by another contractor that was shooting in that area, and to reprocess that seismic data in depth imaging. And that was the moment in which we were sure that was a structure to be drilled. Generally, other companies take the multi-client data from the contractor and that's it. We have always to keep in mind that a discovery is not just the result of one man, it's the result of a teamwork. Because in geology, nothing is certain. So if there is an explorer or a geologist, they say, it is like that 100% sure. This is something that you have to doubt. We are talking about situations that are thousands of meters below the ground. So no one can say that the situation is exactly as you are interpreting. To work in team means that you can have the contribution of the ideas of a lot of people. So you can gain from the experience of a lot of people that have seen maybe hundreds of situations around the world, and this is very important.
All the oil companies were looking for sandstone reservoir. But in the Shorouk block, we found something completely different. When I examined it more closely, I saw that it resembled some carbonate buildups that I've been studying for many years around the world. When we tried to interpret this strange feature as a carbonate buildup, people at the beginning were skeptical about it because it was a completely new interpretation in Egypt after more than 50 years of exploration in sand. The geological idea convinced the top management that this structure could be a new venture, a new exploration target. And even if no other companies wanted to join us in joint venture in the acquisition of Shorouk block, we went on alone.
The name of the concession is Shorouk. Shorouk means sunrise. So a few months before the starting of the operations, I asked an Egyptian colleague how to translate the sun at noon. And he told me in Arabic you have to say Zohr. So I assigned this name to the prospect that we were going to drill because I thought that this would bring good luck. I was responsible for the location of the well, and during the last 2 weeks, practically I didn't sleep because we kept receiving information from the rig through our computer. So I was looking at the data minute after minute. And of course, all my management was also awake, my big bosses in Milano, my boss in Cairo. We knew that something fantastic was coming. 300 meters, 400 meters, 500 meters, 600 meters. And so I had the doubt that the tools were not working properly. So really, when we reached the water, I was really happy because I knew that what was above was gas. So it was more than 600 meters of gas column. It was really fantastic. I've never seen this in 30 years of my work. It was the first time.
Time is a key factor. The maximum accuracy that you can provide is key for the success of the final result. Processing of the 2D lines was really the most crucial moment of the entire project because it was when really the idea that Zohr could be there was born. They focused our work on those 2D lines and we tried to do the best that we can and indeed really able to provide an image starting from really poor data, an image that convinced the company that we could drill that well. You see it growing. You start from the raw data, then you get the first image, but the first image is not the best in terms of focusing, in terms of correct reconstruction of the shapes of the structures, and then you start working on it in order to improve it. And really, you see the people who are deeply involved in it, and it's a matter of their personal pride in being able to show that they can do even better than that. So the combination of the human factor and the technology, that is the point to me. And really our ability, the E&I's ability is in being able to always find the right combination of these two factors.
We were the play opener, E&I, so this is the merit that we really take for this. And now, not only us, but many companies are following up the play in the surrounding area to see what could be the follow-up potential of this play. But the impact, of course, on ourselves, E&I in the country and the country itself is spectacular. Egypt has been always an energy-hungry country. And with this discovery, given the fact that we are going to send all the gas to domestic use, we are going to provide Egypt with decades of energy and gas for all the population. So if I think it's from the impact on the country is tremendous, will basically make Egypt energy independent for decades to come.
From the beginning, it was clear to everybody in the company that it was an ambitious and challenging target. The project is huge. It's the biggest discovery in Mediterranean, more than 30 teracubic feet of gas in place. I was assigned as a development project manager immediately after the discovery. We mobilized for the subsea installation activities up to 40 vessels. So a huge fleet of ships was out in the sea because we had to work in parallel to minimize the time. we brought forward all the activities that are normally coming later. So by the end of the year, we were already issuing tenders for the main equipment of the plant and for the subsea, so 5 months after the discovery. This was really a challenge. It was really a strong decision in order to get the first gas as soon as possible while continuing with the development of the full field up to the target plateau that is 2.7 billion scf per day. You can feel the commitment of the company at all the levels of the colleagues in Milan, our people here. You can feel the commitment of the first party. Really a special environment that is pushing us to give our best.
I was working in Zubair project in Iraq, and it was a fast track and a joint project as well. And we all were hearing and knowing about Zohr project, and it was really a very challenging target in terms of time to market. We are looking for something that has never been achieved so far in the history. So they told me it's time for you to come and join the project. A project of this side, with the conventional way, you need double of the time. Here we are talking about all in all less than 2 years from the access to site. This is why Zohr is a giant. This is why Zohr is different. A lot of expectation to see what Zohr will offer to the country. With this time to market, all the activity are running concurrently, so we don't follow the sequence of the conventional way of executing projects. So all the activity are going in parallel, and also we are working on the second phase as well. We always have a look-ahead plan, so cannot wait until a problem happens. So this way, you always plan what you are going to do. Make sure that you have all the resources. So you have the material, you have the drawing, and you have the manpower and the equipment to do the work. We are very, very close. We are confident. We made a lot, and we achieved a lot of milestones that we set it from the beginning. And we are, with the help of God, inshallah, we're going to make it. We are very close.
I entered the project towards the end of 2016 after my return to Cairo, and I was assigned mainly on the onshore project as a technical interface and integration manager. There was a lot of work that happened before, from engineering, from procurement, from materials, from construction. So I joined the project at an important time where all those efforts now have to go side by side and get integrated to get the target, get our startup in time. We will get there because there's so much effort. There's so much effort from everyone. Everyone has been working day and night, every day. Everyone is feeling the pressure and the responsibility, in what sense that this is something that they need to achieve, and actually stretch that extra bit to make sure that we start on time, because we're almost there. But this is now what we're all focused on. Everyone asks if they know that you work on Zohr. The first question is when will it start? And they don't even wait for an answer, and they will tell you and say, okay, I can't wait for it to start, and I cannot wait to see how it's going to impact my life. It's going to be, they take it personal. So this by itself tells you how much everyone is following a field called Zohr and a project called Zohr, and they know Shuru, they know the names, and they are hanging all their hopes on that. But this tells you a lot. But not only that, because they say this is a hope also for Egypt. It could be a game changer in rendering Egypt back as a key player within the Eastern Mediterranean countries as a gas hub, which is something I think is marvelous by itself as a prospect.